Are we live? DVR channel. Yes, we are. Hello, welcome back to Stint 4 now.
Yeah, Stint 4, the wet stint, everything is going to get turned on its head. That's usually how this goes.
This is the exciting one. So,
It's the one where this is the one where the 3 or 4 stints prior to it didn't really matter.
so let's go through who's racing here. So we got V-Crap lining up in 14th. Max time is going to be Brum back again. Then we got Jack, who qualified for Emerald, actually. He did the qualifying. He's going to be in 13th. Max time for him as well. AHR come back. They are rejoining in 12th place after their disconnect from 10th. So they've only lost 2 positions. Official 001 is going to be racing for them. A-plus driver, so could drag them back up again into the top 10. Megs is back for another stint for Tutu. And then we got Airmen for Eclipse, who managed to get up into 10th with that great stint for Hondan. We've got Astro taking over from Anonyma to do the last 3 stints in the Super 97 in 9th for T3. Then, oh dear. Then we got Mo in 8th place.
That's not a good start.
No, but at least they disconnected before. Maybe he's just changing his oil or something. Mo for Teabag in 8th. We got Whack for Queen's Head in 7th. Vader for Lost Tracking for a second stint in 6th. Zappa making his first stint as a super sub for Aero White. They've got Lemony Squeeze, who did qualifying for Aero Blue in 4th. So yeah, us tier 3 guys managed to put it in a good spot for him for his stint. Jensen, quickest driver probably on the track today, potentially. We'll have to wait and see. For Aero GT, not for Aero GT, everyone's called Aero GT, I just automatically default to it. Project Platypus in 3rd. Then we've got Kajka, who is, I'm really excited to see what his pace is like for Slipstream in 2nd, and Matty will be for Aero Purple on pole position. So we just need to wait for official to rejoin. I don't know what we should call him. Official 001, redacted. I don't know. But yeah, some interesting drivers here. So we got a bunch of drivers from the tiers, from the Monday tiers, Monday League, up and down here, and some brand new people. I don't think we've ever seen Airmen race before. So this will be his
one, I think.
official
first one as well.
I think I've seen his name. I'm not sure if he raced in the previous 12 hours. Definitely hasn't raced in eSports or Monday League, though.
I'd about to say, he hadn't added me, because he added me literally a couple of days ago. So, like, I'm going off of here. But yeah. A lot of names that we've seen before. A lot of names.
Someone's rejoining.
I'd assume that's official,
yes.
Yeah. Good.
So they have to go up into 12th when he re-enters. Got to reset it again. So let's have a quick look at the track. Well, it's 2 minute 14 Jensen set, which is the fastest. Everyone's on the full wets by the looks of things. Look at that weather gauge at the bottom left. It is definitely into the wet category, so I think people might be a little bit daft if they decide to put on the inters. Looks like no one's even risked it on the inters even for a practice lap here. So, big gap in times. So we have Kajka, who's set a practice time in the 20s. Matty, who's on pole, hasn't actually set a time yet. I think some people will... This is going to completely jumble up the order, for sure. 14.9 for Jensen.
Alright, let's see how much... That's the issue. That's the thing I want to see here. It's how much Jensen can recover.
I think Jensen's going to be 2nd by the end of this stint. That's my prediction. Something's going to happen to one of the two. So we've got 2 hours of this one, 50 laps, much shorter than the final stint, because it's going to be wet the whole time, so we had to factor that in. The final stint, which is 2 hours, is 57 laps, so we've taken 7 laps off for this one. Whack P1 by lap 15. I like the
That would take
confidence.
some absolute, well, massacre for that to happen.
Cheating. Okay, let me tell them all that we're starting soon then, so that they know we're going to start exactly at 5 PM on the screen. Apparently there was a bit of a car crash on the formation lap on the previous stint.
There was, yes, because the middle order all had damage.
Yeah, people were complaining afterwards in the chat.
I couldn't tell whether or not it was necessarily whose fault it was, but apparently someone slowed down and the rest of them didn't react to it.
Here's a quick look at the weather forecast. So we're starting with 2 RO7s, then RO5 for 2 slots, RO6, 8, 6, 5, and 8. So quite consistent at the start, and then it gets a bit lighter, then a bit heavier, then a bit lighter, then a bit heavier, basically. The PP guy slammed on the brakes. That's Oak. Okay. So Matty starting this one with about a 5-second lead on Kajka. Kajka taking over in the Slipstream Legends, the pole position finishes. Arjen doing a really solid stint there, closed the gap to Keto, who was in first in that final stint. Meanwhile, Oak did get lapped in the previous stint, so Jensen has to try and unlap himself in this one and try and end this stint on the lead lap to give Project Platypus any kind of chance to get back in the lead. Everyone's just going to take it easy around this formation lap, though.
The interesting scenario here is if anyone spins on this formation lap, I guess they just go back into position.
Yes.
If they can.
They can.
Obviously, we've already seen formation lap fiascos happen in this race so far today.
I hope Sapper knows what he's doing, because he was a late addition. Hope someone explained to him what to do on the start, actually.
We're about to find out.
Sorry, I think three people came out too early on the previous stint that I commentated, the stint 2.
Klinger was the only person that made the mistake in the 3-hour one.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna do it, isn't he? Actually, let me double check. Are they in a party together? He isn't in the party with the others. It's alright, I'll just put it on the screen. I'll tag him and be like, listen, this is how far back you have to drop.
Yeah. Someone clearly got a hold of Klinger last time out, because Klinger just stopped on track effectively. Alright, let's see what's about to unfold here then. 50 laps in the rain. Here's the question. Who's the first person to make a mistake?
Sapper, because he's not going to change he's going to change his tyres as soon as he comes in the pits. Who's the first person to get damage is that's a good one. Someone at the front. Jensen. Why not?
I'm gonna go Vader. I think
Vader
want to actually make a mistake outside of the pit lane.
Okay. Be interesting to see if we can finish in the top 3 for Aero GT Blue as well, with Lemony at the wheel. Very, very, very quick in qualifying. Qualified 5th. Starts this one in 4th, but has a big gap to kind of close in. But if anyone could do it on our team, it's definitely him.
Yeah, he's definitely the the needle mover in your group. That's a certain.
He is the alien, the one and only.
We don't know an awful lot about what's about to happen, though. The rain is just such a wild shift in situation.
In comes everyone. 18 seconds it takes to come down the pit lane and come to a full stop. Matty will be making the first one, then everyone else will be waiting a little bit of time. A lot of time for everyone after Kajka. So if anyone else comes out, they need to wait, and I need to tell them off in the chat. Out comes Matty. Doesn't look like he changed his tyres. Kajka comes out 2 seconds behind, which is a bit suspicious. Let's see what his time looks like. Looks like everyone else is waiting though, so no one's come out at the same time as them. So he's already lost half a second on Matty in Sector 1.
I can imagine that Kaji is going to have a very, very hard time struggling keeping up with Matty here, if I'm completely honest with you.
Yeah, Sector 1's the super tricky one, for especially in the full wets here. Both of them out on the wet tyres. Brum has gone out way too early. Right, let me tell him when he needs to come out. 8 minutes 42.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the line he is going to be waiting on that start-finish line a long time.
So Kajka's dropped from about 3 seconds to 4.5 seconds on the first half of this lap. Make that 4.7. It's going to be probably above 5 seconds by the end of this one. Matty, don't be going that far off at Spoon. He managed to keep it on the track, but that was a bit dodgy. He's feeling brave of putting it on the curbs.
He's already got 5.5 seconds clear of Kajka. It's already a problem for the Croatian.
Yeah.
That gap has already jumped up above what I had it, and it doubled since we even exited the pits.
The question is, Jensen is 3 minutes behind at the start of this stint. Obviously, he's a full lap down. It's going to be a lap and a... Yeah, it's for Brum. It's fine. Yeah. He's going to be basically a lap and a half down Jensen from Kajka. That's what he's got to try and make up on this stint. Which means, in 50 laps, what does that mean? 90 seconds divided by 50. He has to be 1.8 seconds a lap quicker than Kajka in order to beat him in this stint. So if Kajka avoids any major dramas or going off the track and is solid, he should be all right. It should be at least fairly close between them by the end of it. But he's already 7.4 behind Matty. Multiple seconds. In that first one, it looks like he was about 4 or 5 seconds behind Matty. On pace. So we'll have to wait and see. Right, out comes Jensen. Full tank. 3 minutes and 6 seconds back off Matty. So that is the gauntlet. 3 minutes 19 back is Lemony Squeeze. Full tank. So these two, to be fair, Lemony has an outside chance of catching Kajka as well. If he does struggle.
Put anything, yeah, I'd say it's going to put any sort of time up. Obviously, Jensen's the one we know is the quickest, potentially even driver on the grid today.
Yeah.
The real question is, does that translate to the rain?
Sapper should be out of the pits by now. Let me
Slightly, given the fact that Vader has in fact decided that he's also...
He should have been right behind Lemony.
He started.
Okay. So a bit of time lost for them.
Yeah,
so,
he's out behind Whack.
Yeah, Whack's come out. So we've got Vader out in 5th. Obviously, he finished his stint in 6th. You got Whack out in 7th. You got Matty putting a lap on him, which is kind of good timing. You got Kajka, who is now 10 seconds behind Matty and 3 minutes ahead of Jensen. So Jensen's gained 6 seconds on him since Jensen came out of the pits. And remember what I said, 1.8 seconds a lap is all Jensen needs to be quicker, and it seems to be much larger than that. Let me just get that off.
Yeah. If Jensen keeps this up, this will be easy work in the 50 laps, never mind anything else.
Yeah, he's gained 1 second at that chicane.
Problem is he's not really catching heavily on Matty. He is ripping Kachka to shreds.
Yeah. So then we got Lemony. He's 3 minutes 19 off. We've got Vader. We've got Whack, who's out. Oh ho ho ho! He survived. Oh, he's not enjoying it though. Is everyone on the wets? Sapper's out on the wets. He's only 3 seconds behind Whack. We've got Mo Gaffer on the wets as well. Astro's on the wets, down in 9th, taking over from Anonyma. Brum is still waiting.
Everyone's got to be. Everyone has got to be on the wets here, because this is far too wet for it to not be.
Yeah. Airmen for Eclipse coming out now on the full wets. Then you have Brum, who's still waiting. But let's see who...
Oh, someone's off the track there. I'm not sure who... Someone was having a bit of a mare there on the exit of a corner. I think it might have been Matty.
Was it? Matty is 12 seconds up. He's 3 minutes and 6 seconds on Jensen. He's got the fastest lap with a 2 minute 15. So let's see. He's only 6/10 off his previous fastest. So if he went off, it didn't penalise him too badly.
Yeah, I was about to say it didn't look like he was in control, but it's fine for him, to be honest with you. He's got enough time to burn already.
Yeah.
He's blitzing Kachka at quite a rate of knots. Obviously still Brum pulling the yellow flag.
Yeah, Brum's still waiting. He's going to get going fairly soon now because Official and Jack are fairly close to going as well. Brum, Meg is out now. He's 6 minutes 23 down. He's 24 behind Airmen, who's over a minute behind Astro as well. So he's got a lot of work to do to close that one down. So we'll see what he's made of. I don't think we've seen him race either in ALR.
That's a completely new name to me. Completely new name to me. It seemed like Eclipse, being a part of their own racing league, have brought their own drivers. So
yeah,
there'll definitely be a number that
with no crossover though as well, which is interesting. So Jensen's gained another 4 seconds on Kajka since we last checked, and he's just set the fastest lap, only by 90 milliseconds. So him and Matty seem to be fairly evenly paced at this point.
Yeah, not really closing the gap at all.
Got Official putting in fuel now, so he'll be going soon. Jack is still waiting because he's got the maximum time to wait. It was him and Brum who had the maximum time to wait. So when Jack goes, Brum will be able to go right after him out of the pits, basically. And Jack is changing his tyres. He's putting on, assuming he's going to put on wets. He's going to have a nice little track advantage, though, because he's at the back where it tends to be a little bit drier than at the front.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot quicker.
But he is out on the wets. Now Brum can go, which he is going. So there we go. Everything is back to normal. So
Brum was waiting for Jack to get out just to see if he can get the car up and moving.
Yeah. So now everyone's out and the stint is fully up and running. We've got Matty who's just put a lap on Vader. He is 15 seconds ahead of Kajka. I'm gonna assume it's Kajka. No one's told me how to pronounce it. He's got 2 minutes and 53 seconds and he's lapping in the 2-minute 19s compared to the 2-minute 15s for Jensen. So talking 3.5 to 4 seconds a lap quicker Jensen has on Kajka at the moment, which is enough to catch him in the early part of the second half of this stint.
Yeah. Obviously, provided things continue on. And Jensen half a second purple at the moment.
If it carries on like this, obviously anything can happen. No one seems to have gone off track, hit the wall, got themselves damaged or anything like that yet.
That's a very early stage to be saying that kind of thing, but we will see. Obviously, we got is it RO7 and RO7 early doors, and then it slows down just a little bit after that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll also have to see how long it takes for that slowdown to be put into effect. Imagine the RO5 will be heading very, very close to no rain at all.
Ooh, half a second for Whack. He's got Sapper, who is lapping in the 21s. Everyone else is lapping in the teens. Sapper's the first person to not get into the teens yet. His first real lap was in the 21s. Mo Gaffer in the 19s. Astro in the 18s, so he's looking pretty quick in these conditions. I was wondering how this car would be in the wet. Obviously, a lot of these cars could perform completely differently once the rain starts coming down, and some cars that aren't as fancied start becoming a little bit better, depending on how they're made up, essentially.
Yeah.
Wow, a 17 for Airman, so he's one of the quickest guys on the track right now, with the top 5, most of the top 5.
So Eclipse had just started a bit too poorly. The middle order of their race has picked them up quite heavily at the moment.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I wonder how much they've got left in the tank, though, to catch up to guide them front. He's not actually catching Astro, I don't believe.
Astro's doing really quick as well. Astro is only 4/10 behind Mo here, so this is the first real battle that we're going to see. Astro needs to get past Mo and start making progress up. Mo's doing pretty good, but these two are probably going to have to unlap themselves from Kajka fairly soon.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a problem.
Next lap, yeah. They're both going to encounter the issue of Kajka. I think Astro is going to be the first one onto that scene, though. He's going to go to the inside here, surely.
Yeah.
Surely to the inside.
Good run from Astro.
Got it.
Mo just lets him through. Yeah, it doesn't go too deep. Yeah, I was thinking maybe, but he's doing all right there. Oh, someone's in the wall. Who is it? It's Sapper. And he's dropped behind them. And he's got engine damage as well.
Oh, that's gotta suck. Engine damage. He's given up a minute straight away anyway.
Oof, and he hits that little lip that's coming out of the wall, gives himself engine damage, and he's at the start of the lap. He's got to make it all the way around the entire lap with engine damage, going absolutely no speed at all, going into the pits to fix the engine damage. What a baptism of fire for Aero GT White. Dropping like a stone. They finished 5th place. He's already down to 9th on lap 5.
The answer to the question, who makes the first big mistake, it's Sapper.
I said Sapper, but I said for a pit lane thing. Which he did. He made the opposite. Well, Sapper needs to come in, fix his engine and get going again. He still has loads of time on a lot of drivers behind him, so still a good chance for him to finish in 9th place, because he's still got a minute on Airmen, who's going to see that time go down pretty quickly right about now. From 1 minute 17.
It's got to be damage control for Sapper now. Keep it on the track area, man. Come on.
Yeah, he's being very careful here. He knows what he's doing, though. He's been lapping in the 17s.
Potentially too careful, admittedly, around some of these corners. Swinging it too far out.
Hold on. Fak has just sent me a voice note on how to say the guy in P2's name.
Saitsa. Saitsa.
Saitsa.
Saitsa? Okay. Like Saitsa Boomer? There we go, that's easy.
Okay, so the C's are S's. That's effectively what that means.
Saitsa. That makes sense. Not Kajka. Like Nissan Qashqai. So since the stint started, Jensen's gained 21 seconds on Seitzer, because he was 3 minutes and 6 behind. Now he's 2 minutes 44 behind. He's improved though. Seitzer's in the 2 minute 18s now, so he's gained 1.9 seconds on that last lap. So he's found his groove a little bit. He's still ahead of Astro, who's lapping quickly, so he's not letting the lapped cars unlap him, which is really important for him as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Got to keep himself in a rhythm. 18-0 at the moment. Needs to find a couple of seconds on top of that, but as it stands, he's not going to really find too much issue from Jensen at the moment.
Oh, really wide at the first digger.
Yeah.
So I would be avoiding that curb at all costs in this kind of weather.
I've got to say, everyone seems to be going wide at the top of the hill to avoid the inside curb, but it also, avoiding the inside curb causes you to go to the outside curb.
Yeah.
It's kind of catch-22 on the exit of the Deckners. You kind of just got to trust the car to go across as many curbs as they can. Maybe later on when if the R5 kicks in and the dry lines start to appear, that might be when you start questioning. I didn't look very confident in the slightest.
Nearly spinning it under the brakes as well. That's rough. And on the throttle as well. This is with traction control switched on. 2 minute 20, not the most comfortable of laps. Ehrman in the 16s now. 27 off the back of Sapper, and he's going purple after sector 1. He is on absolute fire right now. Sapper with a 2 minute 59 on that previous one. 40 seconds off the back of Mo Gaffer, who's dropped 3.6 behind Astro, who's managed to overtake him. Astro is still behind Seitzer, he's 8.3 behind Wack. Wack lapping in the 19s, which is one of the slower on the track in terms of lap times. Vader in the 21s, so he's really struggling. He did a 17, and now it looks like he's had 2 really dodgy laps after that.
Pushed a little bit too much and
Maybe
has to have backed off, I think. Making a couple of mistakes.
I mean, he's 2 seconds slower than Wack, who I said was one of the slower ones, so Vader's really struggling and he needs to pick it up a bit. Lemony's dropped down to the 18s, but that's still pretty decent, to be fair.
You can see how wet the track is just starting to fall down a little bit now as well.
Yeah.
Almost on that 2/3 line.
Back up into the 16s for Lemony. He's 19 behind Jensen, so he's dropped about 4 seconds to Jensen, who's in the 15s, so he's just insane. He's 2 minutes 40 off the back of Seitzer now. Seitzer is 25 off the back of Matty, and he started about 3 seconds off. Matty's lapping in the 16s and 15s.
Jensen's not going to catch too much on Matty, but Seitzer's got to find some time, and he's got to find it very quickly.
Absolutely.
Otherwise,
he needs to find a second to lap to stop Jensen catching him until towards the end of the race, I reckon. But look at the track; it's starting to dry up now. We're under the third full, so it's technically Inter's territory if people want to be brave. So we might be. Are we in the R05 section yet, or are we just in a bit of a lull in the R7s? I think we must still be in the R7s.
The R7 might be the it might be the third one at this point. How many slots was it?
I want to say 8 or 9.
Over 120 minutes.
Yeah.
50. What? 120 minutes. 8 times. It would be 8 times, about 15-minute slots if it's 8 each. So we'd be in the lull in an hour of 7.
Yeah, makes sense. So now the times are coming down. The fastest laps are coming down as well. Matty's just set at 14. Jensen's coming early, so I think he might be going on to the Inters, you know.
This is going to be interesting then, to see if he's going to actually pull the trigger on any of this.
He must be really confident it's not going to rain heavy again. I mean, it's definitely
drying up.
Drying
100%
up.
Drying up.
Lemony's going up into third for Aero GT Blue. And Jensen is out on the inside. He's going to have to be a little bit careful into turn 1 with how wet the track is here. Sapper's unlapping himself from him. So this will be interesting. Let's see how Jensen does compared to Sapper, who's on the full wets. This really should benefit the Inters. Yeah, well. And we can see the times. So 3 minute 26 is the gap, so we can see how that, if it comes down or starts going up.
I can imagine a couple of the Aero GT lads are looking at this very much in a questioning phase of seeing how well this goes for Jensen. If this goes well, this could be a blinder.
Oh, Sapper. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Snap of a car.
He's got to let Jensen through.
I don't think he's going to have much of a choice. I was about to say, Jensen's just going to blast right through him if he doesn't.
Astro's just got past Kajka. They want to see the difference. There is absolutely no difference. Actually, Kajka looks like it's a little bit drier on his screen. No, there's just no difference between the two of them in terms of how wet the track is, which is interesting. So Astro doesn't have any sort of advantage. This is all just on pace. That Kajka... No, sorry. I've already forgotten it. Sightser.
Yeah,
that's a hard word in English to say.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
And look at that, Astro's just completely off and away now to try and chase down Whack.
How far is Whack off of Vader, out of curiosity? Because Vader has not been doing too well so
3.9. So Vader's managed to set a really quick lap there. He's in the 12, so maybe he enjoys the drag track a little bit more. He's 3.8 ahead of Whack, so Whack has been closing down the gap. But maybe... Andy's going purple as well. Mo Gaffer with the fastest lap at 2 minute 11. Remember, the quickest laps were in the 50s. The 58, I think, was the quickest lap that we've seen so far today. So still a long way to go before it even gets remotely dry. I think Jensen's still the only person on the Inters. And Sapper's stayed fairly close to him, to be fair. He's 3 minutes 23 off of Matty, though, so he has gained about 3 or 4 seconds on Matty.
Yeah. He is a little bit, he is definitely quicker at this point in time. The real question is, how long is he going to stay dry for, or drying for? Because we might actually be heading into soft territory.
Oh, can you imagine? Some people take a gamble and then it starts absolutely teaming down. The problem is, as soon as you're off the line, it's nowhere near dry tyres. Matty's in.
He's going slicks. I have a funny feeling he's going slicks.
If he goes slicks, that's the wrong choice. I don't care. I don't care what you say. That is not. It's not slicks. It won't be slicks for long enough. Whoa! Jensen nearly loses it.
Jensen just tried to be too aggressive there.
Yes. Matty putting in loads of fuel. Let's see where he comes out and what he puts on. He's going to be really close to Sightser, actually. There's Astro. He's on the softs and he's come out on the really wet part of the track. Oh.
I told you he was going to go slicks. Well, this now becomes a very precise exercise for Matty, because if he gets this wrong, well, that gap is going to be cut heavily very quickly.
Right, I think we need to stick with him, because if he puts a wheel on the paint, on the curbs, he's risking going off track massively here. He's already flashing Whack to get out of his way. He wants to get past him. Whack on the Inters, Matty on the softs, through the Degners with the spray coming up. Going on the curbs and still keeping it on track. This is pad hacks at its finest. Right, what's Lemony doing then? Is he going to go on the Inters or on the softs? Softs as well. So this is a huge gamble.
Just gotta get it. Ooh, that was almost.
These guys are in a
that was
party
almost
together
two.
discussing this, obviously, and have decided to go for the softs. They think that it's going to stay dry enough before the rain starts coming down a bit later on that they can do a soft stint. Let's see what his times look like compared to Jensen's.
It's all a precise effort, though, isn't it? It's not necessarily whether or not they're quicker at this point. It's whether or not they can keep to the GT designated dry line.
He's gaining a lot on Jensen through the S's, keeping it on the line. It's just, can you avoid a spin? That's the main thing. Someone else has come in a little bit further down. Brum's in and Meg is in as well. So are they going to go on the softs? We'll have to see. We'll join them a little bit later. Vader's also in. Maddie carries on to start his first flying lap. He's gained about 4 seconds on Seitzer on this lap. Seitzer on the full wets. Wax in, Astro's in. It is really dry on that dry line.
Yeah. It definitely is Slick's territory, I think.
Vader's coming out on the softs as well. Mo Gaffer hasn't come in yet. Overtakes him. Vader has to be really careful. He makes it.
The problem Vader's going to have here is he's going to have to overtake on the line. Mo should not give him any room in any way, shape or form. Stay him on
it's over.
Or not. Or just put up absolutely zero fight.
Check Sapper. Sapper is still in 9th. He's on the wets and he's carrying on. He's not pitting.
I want to point out that someone didn't go to Slicks. I don't think. Can you go?
So we got Astro on the softs. We got Seitzer, sorry, on the inters. So this could work out really well.
There's no rain. There's nothing on the gauge.
Yes, but it will start soon. I don't know how soon.
Exactly. That's a game I'm not sure that's a game you want to play.
But Jensen stayed out on the inters as well, and he's exactly a lap behind. He's trying to unlap himself now, so this is important unlapping that we're about to see. Equal tyres.
The problem is with the intermediates on this section is you are burning the ever-living hell out of them.
Overheating.
Oh,
And
there's a fun! Oh, he's got it!
that will cook the tyres.
That will, yeah, that is one way of destroying a set of tyres. How has he saved that?
Yeah, that was a good save. He needs to be perfect, though, at this point, and I think he might have to pit again. But if he pits for the dries now, I can guarantee you, as soon as he comes out, it's going to start raining.
The problem is,
That's the problem.
He's going to have to pit for a new set of inters regardless.
His fastest lap is his fastest lap's a 2:07. Matty's fastest lap is a 2:02. Five seconds is the difference. So yeah, there's no question that the softs are what you need to be on. Mogaf has finally come in. He's going on the grass to try and cool his tyres down.
Yeah. Yeah. This is becoming...
he's just trying to survive these next laps, but I think pitting would still be quicker.
That rain would have to be coming down almost immediately, otherwise I'd be pitting here.
No, they're carrying on. Right, while that's happening, let's see. So we've got Brum on the softs, Jack's on the mediums, Official is on the softs, softs, still the wets for Sapper, softs for Mo, Astro, Whack. Oh, Vader, who manages that pretty nicely.
Sending it in some of the lines now.
And then it's just second and third on the inters. So apart from Sapper, everyone else is on the dry tyres.
Jensen switching to the inside here. Jensen's gonna get him. Has to. Around the outside, surely. Just sticking it. It didn't even... Look at that.
Yeah.
Around the outside and the S's is just... pinpoint. That's what that is.
So he's now on the same lap as Seitzer.
Still lapped by Matty by quite some way.
Still...
Oh! There you go, Seitzer into the gravel.
That is huge. Lemonie's coming up soon. Here's Lemonie. On the softs. Lemonie's got a chance of getting second here.
He has. He absolutely has.
So obviously
He's gonna have
Seitz is
to
still a
hope
lap
Rain
ahead
out.
of this. Oh,
Not to push.
a little
Not to push the
push.
pass.
A bit naughty. He's got 8 seconds behind Jensen. So he's absolutely closing the gap to Jensen massively. So he'll be in the top 3 before too long here.
Yellow flag.
Yellow flag's out for somebody. Not quite sure who. It wasn't Jensen, because he's not gaining
Who's the car in
that
front of
much.
Jensen?
There's a car in between them, hold on.
Oh, who's the car?
It
in
was
between,
Mo.
rather?
So
Yeah.
Mo must have made a little mistake there. He's 31 seconds behind Astro. Through Spoot. Oh, you need to stop going on the curbs.
It's
It's
a
all
dangerous
kicking
game
off.
to play, isn't it? It is a massively, massively dangerous game to play that stands.
So the gap at the front now, Matty has a 1 minute and 10-second lead. And he's on the right tyres. And he's got the fastest lap, a 2-minute 2, which is what people were setting on the mediums, I guess. Like an average, fairly worn medium time on previous stints. So we're getting close to completely dry times. Seitz 2 minutes and 9 ahead of Jensen right now. His last lap was a 2-minute 20 on the inters. Jensen was a 2-minute 9 on the inters. Lemony is a 2-minute 3, his fastest lap so far, on the softs. And he's going quicker again. And Wack, to be fair, Wack's doing a really good job. He's got Astro catching up to him very quickly here, so this is the one to watch. Battle for P5. Astro up from 9th to 5th already on this stint, and Wack has lost it.
Oh, that is not good news.
That is a big spin, and he loses the spot to Vader as well.
It's just a little bit too wide here, isn't it?
Capel said Vader spun, so Vader must have spun, and then Wack's just
Handed it back.
Handed
He
it
just
back.
A little bit too much.
that is unfortunate that the second I go and join him, that happens.
Astro's up
Sapper's,
in the 5th now.
yeah, Astro's in the 5th as a result of that. Sapper is still out on the wet tyres. Still in 9th.
Please change.
Meg's
Please change the tyres. Please.
To be like I said, as soon as he changes it, it's going to start raining again. But to be fair,
He has wasted
not even a
about
drop
6 laps
on the
car
track.
at
The
this
track
point.
is completely dry on the dry line now. Megs is 10th, so he's managed to get ahead of Airmen in all of that drama. Official is a minute behind them. Then you've got Jack in 13th, just about to get lapped by the race leader, and you got Brum about half a minute, behind. Lemony's ahead of Jensen. Jensen's finally given up and gone into the pits. And so is Seitzer. So
Yeah.
big changes here. Yeah.
It's been coming. They didn't really have much of a choice at that point. They've been wasting the intermediate stuff for such a period of time that they'd all been bent up. The problem is you kind of have to sit there and kind of take that punishment until everything is sorted. Also, Sapper is still on the
Oh dear.
Yeah,
Hold
I
on.
was about to say that's going to
He saved himself. He saved himself. But Jensen's ahead. He's on the right tyre. He's 3 minutes 30 off now. And he's 20 seconds behind Lemony. That's the crucial thing. He's actually lost the 3rd place. And Lemony is now 1 minute 54 behind Seitzer, who's had to make that extra pit stop. And now is everyone is on dry tyres. Seitzer's on the mediums as well, by the way. Everyone's on the dry tyres apart from Sapper, who's still he's on incredibly worn wets right now.
About 27 seconds is Sapper Sapper needs to change the tyre. The tyres are so burnt off the edge of the cliff that they cannot be quick. Or they have a flag out somewhere.
I was trying to
what's
see.
going on at the end of the deck now. Lemonade
Someone's
back.
spin again. Lemonade trying to put a lap on Mo.
He's only 131 behind Saitsa, by the way.
Yeah, he's on the faster tyre as well. Sights has put on mediums. Someone's
that's just
completely
trying to buy
slowed
time.
down there. Something's happened to Vader.
Vader, yeah.
He's going off track
Far too
into
wide.
the gravel.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a full spin.
It's a full blown.
This is the danger.
He's managed to do well to
Oh,
keep it.
oh, and Watt
and-
gets past him again. So these two keep swapping.
Whack off.
I know. So Vader having a bit of fun in this one. Couple of spins. It's like threading the needle, though. You need to stay completely on the dry line to get the best performance, whilst also pushing as hard as you physically can, and he nearly loses it again. Matty's in, and he's got damage! Huge damage!
Massive damage everywhere.
He already had the
He
damage
already had
there. I mean, he's got the time that he can afford to kind of get away with it, but that is another victim of someone who's gone a little bit too far off with his pushing.
How do you manage to get both front and rear damage is the better question.
You hit the wall with one side and your car flips, and you hit the wall with the other side.
Quite a dramatic spin as well then. Comes out in the pits, it'll be roughly still the same kind of thing. You've got to get yourself slowly out the pits.
Yep. Out on the wet
track.
part of the track. Need to avoid going completely off at the opening. And he does. This is good news for everyone else, because it brings them a little bit closer. If you talk about the max pit times, that mistake helps everyone else out quite a lot.
Yeah, it's a pit stop Matty probably didn't want to make.
Oh, definitely.
If you're literally
And it
every other
helps.
person in the lobby.
It helps, especially Jensen out. So we'll see. He came out of the pits. He was 3 minutes and 30 behind Matty. Now he's just set his own fastest lap at 2.7. And since Matty had to make that pit stop, he's 10 seconds up on where he was.
Yeah. About 13 even.
Yeah.
But it's still a nice little time game for the rest of the grid with the first person drops it.
Absolutely. So what does that mean for everyone at the front? I mean, Saitsa is now 1 minute 16 behind Matty. He's on the mediums. It is going to start raining again fairly soon.
You like to think so.
And it's going to be another question of when to pit and when would be the right time to pit. Where are Sapper and Jack? Jack is 13th, 8 minutes 34 off, so he's pretty much where he started in terms of the gap to the lead. So he's having a good one. Sapper is still in 9th, so he's dropped from 5th to 9th since the start of it. He's only got 5.9. Yeah, he's got Megs only 5.9 behind him. And he's got Saitsa right in front of him, actually.
Sapper is just starting to gain on Megs. So he's just
He
starting
is.
to put a little bit of work in.
With the fresh tyres, he's also got Saitsa in front of him.
If you're Eclipse, you're sat there, you're genuinely looking at 9th and going, yeah, we could probably get that.
Yeah, down in 11th. 7 points behind Megs at the moment. Lapping in the 204s. Megs is lapping in the 204s. We'll have to wait and see what Sapper's time looks like. He's going to try and unlap himself here, though. Or is he?
This would be an interesting choice.
I mean, Saitsa seems to be braking a lot for 130R.
Especially at this point, the track is dry. You should be treating this as if it's just a normal lap at Suzuka.
Yeah, just a bit careful on the curb still, though. Here we go. Surely this is it. Oh, really late on the brakes. Actually, a fantastic overtake.
That is brilliant.
I see that again from a proper angle.
That is about as good of a run as Sapper could have made, and as good of a move as Sapper could have made there. On what was a very dismal start, but he is starting to get things together now. Look at that, just
really
braking
brave.
a lot later. That is a choice to make on this kind of weather, though.
Andy's going purple in the first sector.
Driven away from the Croatian at, well, quite a speed.
Easily. He's absolutely locked in right now.
Someone might want to tell him you should have done a dry stint.
I know, right? Okay, so what's it looking like for Matty right now? 1 minute 24. Seitzer has a 1 minute 6 second advantage over Lemony, who's got a 17-second advantage himself over Jensen. And he's cooling the tyres down to try and prevent the tyres from wearing as quickly. Who is he? It's a good question. He's racing for Slipstream. He knows Epsilon Delta from a different league, I think. So Jensen's lapping in the 2 minute 2s.
2 minute 2.0 on the last lap. Astro 2 minute 2.7. Still about 0.5 of a second quicker than anything Astro is able to put up.
I think we're going to see Vader and Wack have a little scrap fairly soon. As long as they can keep their noses clean, which neither of them have been able to do. We've got Mo keeping Lemony pretty honest. Sapper lapping in the mid 2 minute 2s as well.
I'd like to say Mo's got all the time in the world though, so if he wants to try and push on something, he can. Talking about all the time in the world, official got a minute either side.
Yeah, and
quite literal no man land.
Jack out on the mediums, maybe should have gone on the softs, because everyone on the softs is doing quite well. Brum has rear bumper damage. Let's see, no, he's already got it. So he's been off somewhere.
It just increases V-Crap's very crap day.
Yeah, every stint's been a bit of a miserable occasion for them.
You gotta remember, they out-qualified the main team.
But Higgsy hasn't raced yet.
Yeah, I was about to say, Higgsy out-qualified the main team. He could have no actual attempt at trying to overtake anybody at this rate.
Yeah, they're having an absolutely miserable race, RV crap. Oh, Seitz is about to get unlapped by Megs, so let's ride on board with Megs, because he needs to unlap himself and then catch Sapper, really. Really brave on the brakes there, a little bit too deep.
Oh! Keeps it going.
Avoids the spin.
Looks like Meg's gonna have to go again at some point against Zaitza here. Don't really think. I don't know if it's gonna open up into turn 1 here.
He's flashing him. He's like, let me through.
A little bit of flashing, yeah.
Well, he doesn't have to. Megs definitely seems to have a bit more pace, though, that's for sure. So he's just
go
left
the
the
inside,
door
yeah.
open a little bit. Can he go the long way around? He can indeed. He manages just to have a little bit better grip there. So he's unlapped himself. He's still, I think, a lap down, or maybe 2 laps down on Saitsa anyway. But he can now try and chase down Sapper, who's managed to extend his lead to 10 seconds with all that. Just have to see how he does with that. Sapper's got very fresh softs though, so him staying out so long on the wets is actually benefiting him a little bit now, because everyone else's softs are starting to go off pretty quickly. You got Mo's softs pretty much 50% one, Vader's a 50% one. He's caught up to Whack though, again. So Queen's Head versus Lost Tracking here. What did the tyres look like? Wax tyres are definitely more worn than this Porsche's. Oh, a little bit deep there for Wack as well. Vader needs to get a good exit from Spoon.
You're going to go potentially a Whack defense to the inside here. He should be able to hold on, but we'll see what's going to happen. Doesn't defend at all. Not entirely sure what the plan here is for Whack.
It is just to break later and keep the position and get about a 7/10 lead at the... He knew what he was doing.
Scared. A little bit too scared of the curb there, I think, Vader.
Yes, he was. He really backed out of that one.
I'm not sure he needed to. Either way, Wack's not complaining. You're going to give the outside line a full run through 130R. They'll take that every day of the week.
So the question is, are some of these guys' tyres going to completely shred these soft tyres before the rain comes down? Because if they are, they're going to have to put on a second set, and then it's just going to start raining again. Because there's only 2 stints of RO5, and then it goes back up to RO7. And we definitely haven't got back up to the RO7 yet.
No. I'd find it very hard to believe that it would be dry at that point.
Let's have a quick check of everyone's tyres. Lemonies are struggling a lot. His are the worst, actually, on the whole grid, by the looks of it.
Oh, damage for...
Yeah, he's still racing around with that damage. He's not in a rush to change it. He's probably waiting for the rain to come and then he's going to fix it. He's still a solid 28 seconds behind Jack.
Might be waiting a while.
He will. But look at this, he's only 8 minutes 26 behind Matty. So Matty, with his issue, has helped everyone at the back. Light rain is coming. It's RO5 twice, then it's RO6, then it's RO8. Apparently.
I assume
I thought it was RO7 first. I wonder if I can see the settings. No, I'd have to exit. Can I exit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course you can.
So we've got 5-5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we might be in the RO6 right now, to be fair. Then it goes 8, 6, 5, and 8. Oh, Matty.
A little bit awkward there in the chicane.
Well, if that's the case, light rain is coming. It is actually
already here. It's
already here,
already
and we're already approaching Inter's weather again. So who is going to think about pitting early on? Vader.
Vader.
Right,
Yeah,
he's trying to get the undercut on a lot of drivers here, including Whack coming in. So he's going to put on the Inters here, get off those worn softs. Just being sent an image.
Well, if you know what's coming next, right? You sat here, you know it's 6 followed by an 8. Surely now would be an intermediate. You'd potentially go to intermediates now.
Potentially, Lemony's coming as well, which is wise because his tyres were completely cooked anyway.
You can't go to wets yet. Definitely can't go to wets. Even though RO8 will end up in a wet situation.
Inters for Vader, out in 8th, a comfortable 8th. About 9 seconds behind Mo, so he could potentially catch that. It's still not that wet that the soft tyres are going to
fall
completely
off yet,
fail.
no.
Yeah, we're not in the undrivable. Jensen's in as well.
We are slowly getting to that period of time, though. They're slowly driving up above that.
Yeah, but the rain doesn't look
line.
that heavy. It is raining, but it doesn't seem that heavy that it's actually increasing the wetness on the water gauge by too quickly anyway.
I was about to say it is, but it's very minute at the moment coming up the hill, coming up the gauge. So
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting to see people when they pull the trigger for this, because they know the R8's coming, and they know that's a wet tyre step. So do you just try? There's a lot of questions for this.
Megs is coming. Aryan is coming in as well. Saitsa is in off of his mediums. Matty looks like he's just coming up to the chicane now, so we'll see what he wants to do. It is Inter's territory now anyway, so the safe thing to do is just go on the Inters now, and he has.
He's going to.
Astro's in. Wack is still out on his softs.
We've hit the crossover. Yeah, well and truly hit the crossover.
Mo is still out on his softs, so we have to wait and see. Vader might be able to get past Wack here comfortably. This is his outlap.
6.3 the gap to Mo in front. Wack is in the pits and not fueling up yet.
Yellow flag's out for somebody. There is. Oh, it's Mo. Oh dear. We have to see it.
Rear damage right to the back left there.
He was braking into 130, yeah, but he goes on the curb. No, yeah.
It just drops it.
Shanks
it's
it.
just a traction.
And then into the wall. So he's got to fix his damage in the pits now as well. There he is. He's trying to get his car in. Vader is now 1.5 seconds ahead of Wack. 2 seconds ahead. So it didn't benefit him too much, but it does get him that position very crucially. So he's up in a 6th again where he started. 14 seconds behind Astro, who's now on the Inters. Jensen is 13 behind Lemony now, and Lemony is 54 behind Saitsa, so he's under a minute now behind Saitsa. Catching up massively every single...
Very good stint here for Lemony.
Yes, he could potentially end it in 2nd. We could have an Aero GT1-2 to start stint 5. No pressure, Eroticos.
Absolutely none whatsoever. You've only been put in a fantastic position that only you could screw up. No pressure at all.
No pressure at all. We'll have to wait and see though, because Jensen could catch that 14 seconds as well, quite easily, knowing his pace.
It'll be very interesting to see continuing on. Matty is... You know how I said at the beginning that everything will, that we could end with Aero GT being really far in front?
Yeah.
And when I said that at the end of the last stint, I was taking the piss, but apparently not.
Oh no, I was 60% expecting this.
Matty just drove off. It's almost a position you just wouldn't want to...
Check Sapper. Sapper is in 11th. He's in the pits only now. That's why he's 11th then.
On the last lap. He done well to do only a 2:05 on the last lap, admittedly.
2:05 coming into the pits, so you have to add another 6 to 7 seconds on before it gets to the line. So out he comes on the Inters, out in 11th. He's 27 behind Airmen. Meg's up into 9th now. Got official 1 minute behind Sapper, so that's what official will be aiming for, getting that time down.
They haven't even gone over the line yet either, so that
yeah. Oh, hold on. Wax managed to get himself back ahead of Vader again somehow.
Yeah, don't know if it's gonna last too long though. Vader on the outside. Vader trying to stick it.
Wack nearly lost it.
Vader will absolutely stick it. What a move!
Nice little back and forth between these two, quite evenly matched, quite clearly. But every time we watch them, it's Vader overtaking Wack. So
Yeah, the Spanish just trying to hold on at the moment. They're trying to drive away, actually, rather than hold on.
Yeah.
Got Zappa in front to try and put a lap on Zappa. Could use Zappa as a little bit of a buffer, if nothing else.
Yeah, Vader is a full second ahead of... Oh! I'm not quite sure what happened there. He completely...
How he got away with damage?
Well, he's
Without
lost another
damage to that,
position, but what the hell? I think he tried to move out to overtake Sapper and his car twitched.
Got caught lacking.
Okay, because he's not close enough to Sapper.
It's snapped, yeah.
A bit of a
That's it, the
snap.
back end stepped out.
It's because he doesn't have traction control on as well. So now he's stuck behind Wack once again. So he's going to have to overtake him for the third time in about 3 laps.
Makes progress, gives it all back. That's the motto at the
Absolutely.
moment.
Wack trying to get a lap done
Second advantage.
on Sapper. Oh, we're starting to get into wet territory now, I think. We're very close to it. Is anyone on the wets, actually? Let's have a quick look. Ehrman's looks like he's got lots of damage.
Every bit of damage under the sun.
So it was going pretty decently for him. I think he's going to have to worry about official catching up to him now. He is on the wets, though, and that seems to be the right tyre to be on, to be honest.
The real question is, how long are they going to stay in the situation?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good point.
It's barely only hit the intermediate line at the moment anyway, so I don't know if it actually is.
Oh, Matty's got damage as
well.
well.
Matty had, yeah.
He already had it. So Matty's been off a few times on this stint, but he's still got a 2-minute lead. But he's probably going to stay out even with the damage until he can figure out what to do. Mo Gaffer's come in. I think he might be trying to put on the wets here.
Well, he's comfortably fair either side of him.
He is. So this is definitely the safe option. I think I'd be playing it safe if I was in his position as well. Yeah, full wets. So more and more drivers every single lap are starting to put on the full wets. We've got a huge group of cars around about where Wack is. Wack is now 4 seconds behind Vader, so he's made a mistake somewhere. Oh, and you can see why he's not in control of that one.
Everything is a mistake apparently at the moment.
Yeah,
every driver
it's all
just
kicking
not
off.
Stepping in on their car.
Vader's trying to put a lap on Sapper again, and it looks like he's just about to do it. Seitz is coming in. I guess he's going to put on the wets now.
Interesting.
Lemony 44 behind Seitz before this pit stop. Astro's in. Yeah, everyone's bailing off of the Inters.
I was about to say, I wonder when people are going to try and make that switch. Don't forget, Matty's going to have to go a lap longer.
Yeah.
Is it even raining?
Is it raining? Yes, very heavy.
Yes, it is. Yeah. I was about to say, I couldn't tell on that angle.
Super heavy rain. Astro's dropping behind Vader as a result of that. Actually, he might not be. He might have had a full pit stop on Vader with all that. No, he's going to have to overtake him on track.
I was about to say, there's Vader on the track at the moment.
So a quick recap. Seitz is out on the full wets. He's 21 seconds ahead of Lemony. Should start gapping him. Lemony stayed out on the Inters. Jensen's coming in again to put on the wets. Vader's on the Inters, only 9/10 ahead of Astro right now. So Vader up in 5th. Wack jumps a further 3 seconds back.
I'm sat here. I'm not entirely sure this is wet weather.
The Inters can definitely survive in this.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I'm not sure I'd be switching to the wets if I'm completely honest to you here.
Well, look at this.
Vader's
Vader's just gone through Sector 1 and actually extended by a couple of tenths. Obviously, it's more easy to spin on the Inters, but if you're comfortable, it's probably not worth the pit stop.
Like an extra traction control on, deal with it.
Especially if it's going to go back down to a bit of a drier setting later on.
Yeah.
then you're just going to have to pit again to go back onto the inters, and you're going to lose another 20 odd seconds.
I'm intrigued. I am intrigued, and I wonder if that's what Lemony's thinking as well.
Definitely. I think he's got to take a bit of a risk here, because if he does and it works out for him, he's easily in P2 now, because Jensen and Seitzer are both on the wets and would have to pit again.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if this works, it's going to be massive.
They're basically lapping the same Astro and Vader here. We've followed them for an entire lap, and it stayed around about a second.
Don't forget that Matty had damage as well, so when he pits, he's going to fix that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Matty in the 2-minute 19s. Seitzer is about to get... Well, Jack's about to unlap himself. You'd love to see it.
What tyres is Jack on out of curiosity?
Inters.
Intermediates. Yeah, didn't really see the need for
he's trying. He's not.
Tyres here, to be honest with you.
Well, Seitzer's just completely outbraked himself.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Jack, don't spin. Okay, he hasn't spun.
Jesus, it was sketchy from both through turn 1 there and turn 2.
Yeah, Matty's had damage for quite a while. He's just dealing with it, Capel, and he's doing all right. Everyone else is pitting, he's not, so he's gained an extra half a minute. Lemony's 33 seconds up on him, and Lemony's only 18 to make that 17. It's coming down every corner on Seitzer. He's really charging down on that P2 now.
And Jensen's only 33 seconds off the back of that. Bearing in mind they both started well off the pace. Astro almost clipping the side of Vader there.
The thing is, he definitely has better traction through the corners, but the difference isn't that great.
It's not enough to justify a pit stop, that's for certain.
Wax on the inters as well and actually catching these two.
Yeah, it certainly wasn't enough to justify a stop.
So we're just over halfway through this stint.
Almost good underneath for Astro.
See, if it was wetter, he would have had better traction out of that corner and just been able to take it again through this fast right-hander as well.
You're sat here people are going to be sat here in this race trying to justify that this was a pit stop. We're sat here and watching Vader not lose anything.
No, I think it was the wrong choice to pit for the wets for everyone who decided to do it. If the rain even remotely lightens, then the wets are just going to fall off as well.
Yep, they're going to start getting burnt.
Oh, I thought he was going into the pits then, but both of them just struggling to drive.
Get out the final corner, yeah, that was...
We might actually see an overtake here.
Driver.
We might see an overtake here. Comes Astro.
Yeah, Vader's going to try and brake a bit later.
Oh, dear.
It's one wheel on the AstroTurf. That's going to do it. That's definitely going to do it. That looked like his outside wheel just dipped on for a split second.
Yep. That will do it.
Yeah,
putting those wheels on the curbs. So now he is 3.7 behind Whack. And he's got to try and catch them up all over again. Here's Whack. He's power sliding through, really struggling there. About to get... Well, Airman's just unlapped himself. Airman is on the full wets. So he'll be thinking, yeah, I'm glad I changed onto the wets because I just unlapped myself.
It's tricky, but if you had stayed, if you kept it together on...
Well, Vader's off again on the inters, so he's really struggling in these conditions now.
You make one mistake, it compounds though, doesn't it? That's
absolutely.
Usually how it works. You
Definitely.
Kind of get out the rhythm.
A little bit further up, it's all chaos here. There's Whack. There's Lemony on the inters.
It isn't even wet tyre territory anymore. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's under 2/3 full. Lemony's trying to put a lap on Whack. Whack's getting out of the way here. Bit tricky though, because Wax got Vader not too far behind. I think that was pretty alright though. Now Lemony's going to try and overtake Airman, who's on the full wets. He's 16 seconds behind Sight, so he's 26 ahead of Jensen.
Jensen has been cutting that in.
Jensen has been cutting that in. But Jensen's had clear air for quite a while. And Lemony has had a lot of traffic.
Also Jensen will have to pit again when it comes to intermediate territory and...
Territory?
Yeah, territory.
I like that.
Yeah.
What is the territory?
And then Lemony stay out because they're on intermediate. So, yeah, I think it's advantage Lemony in every facet here. Honestly, even ahead of Zaitsev as well ahead, because Zaitsev will have to pit. That doesn't look good for the guy ahead.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who that is.
I think that is Astro.
Is it Astro? It is. Yeah, he's just gone off on. He's on the full wet and he's going off. So. Yeah, it is. It is. This is Inters. This is Inters. And that is a great decision then from Matty to stay out. He's got a 2-minute 30 lead. He's still on the Inters, even though he's got huge amounts of damage. He's lapping in the 2-minute 19, so that's 2 seconds slower than what Sights is doing, which is perfectly manageable. Slower than Lemony, yeah, who's been lapping cars. Way slower than Jensen on the wet, so Jensen's kind of showing what you could do. But he's 3 minutes and 10 behind.
Yeah, I'm about to say, Matty has just existed enough without making enough mistakes, or any big ones anyway, to just drive away, and I don't see a way you catch this, to be honest with you. In the next couple of stints, there is still a long way to go, but 2 minutes is a very, very long time.
Yeah, oh, definitely. But yeah, we have to see what the weather's going to do. Sapper's down to 11th now. He's 20 seconds off of Airman. He is on the full wets. Jensen can go to the end as long as the wets hold up. Let's have a quick look at the fuel then. Where is Jensen? 4th place. So he's got about 80%, 85%.
Probably is enough.
So does Seitzer, so he's trying to go to the end as well, I guess.
I don't think these wets are holding up. I don't think they will hold up, to be honest with you.
Depends what holding up means. Sapper could potentially go to the end as well.
It will go back to RO8 at some point, I'm pretty sure.
It will, but will it dry up too much before then? Let's have a look. It is raining quite heavy still.
Still not in. It's still not wet territory though. Like our gauge is coming down rather than going up.
Yeah.
This is quite literally prime intermediate territory.
Tell you what, this is a shift and a half from Lemonade. This is insane.
What a move to the inside there. Again, the front Astro would have potentially let him by, but I don't know why you'd let someone by in the middle of the S's.
No. Now Ehrman's trying to unlap himself on Astro. But the gap from Lemony to Seitzer is 13 seconds right now.
Aero GT Blue have had an absolute blinder of a session here.
I've got to say, we've done pretty well.
It definitely aided when the guy you put in the biggest position absolutely nailed every single bit of it. He's regained to the lead, by the way, everything that Klinger lost.
Yeah.
You are now exactly where you were at the end of Logan's stint, at the end of stint 2.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
37. He's gained literally everything back. And we're only halfway through.
Do you think you could end up on the lead lap by the end? I mean, he's obviously going to keep
No, I don't think he will.
taking the time out of Matty, because Matty's got that damage.
I don't think he will end up on the lead lap, purely because I think there's probably at least one more pit stop coming. But it's going to be a question on whether or not who makes that best decision, I guess.
It seems like the rain is getting lighter. If you look at the weather gauge, it's only half full now on the line. Seitzer's last lap was a 2:15, 2:12 for Lemony.
Lemony's having to warm up his diet, cool down his tyres rather.
Jensen in the 13s, 14s for Astro. 13s for Whack. So the Inters are starting to look stronger again.
Yeah.
This is definitely going to come back.
On the back of Astro.
Yeah. So Mo, Meg, Airmen, Sapper all on the wets. Going to start struggling now. Official 30 seconds behind Sapper is going to try and get up into 11th. Jack's out on the mediums.
I don't know if it's intermediates, you mean.
Yeah, intermediates. I see the M next to the I, and I'm like, mediums.
I had to double check, and I was like, that's not right. That's a bad choice.
No.
That is remarkable car control if this motherfucker's on the mediums. It's about 10 seconds now between Lemony and Seitzer. It's just not. It's not going to end well for the Croatian, I don't think.
Mo's in, so he agrees with what we were saying basically. Making another, he's one of these guys that's been just reacting to every single pit stop, which is not good. Meg is on the full wet, so that is the good. Well, the thing is, everyone behind him is on the full wets, so it's not too much of a bad thing as long as it doesn't start raining right now. He is fueling up to go to the end as well. .6:35. What is the max time at the end of this one? Let's have a quick look. 10.5 minutes. So where are we at the bottom here? Brum is at the 10.5 minutes. No one else is close to the 10.5 minutes though, so Jack might not be at the max time. But they did start at the max time, I think. So that'll be a good bit of improvement for Jack. Still driving around with damage, Matty. He set a 2:12 on that previous lap on his inters. 2 seconds quicker than Seitzer on the full wets, who's still holding out on the full wets.
Lemony's just blitzing him.
Yeah, Lemony's 2 seconds quicker a lap than Matty at the moment, so he's doing pretty decent here. He's... Where is Matty on the track? He's about 2 corners away from Matty. From unlapping himself.
If this stays intermediates for the rest of this race, he might stand a chance of getting himself back onto the leading lap.
Yeah. Jensen's just going to try and stay on the wets, even though we're approaching soft tyres again. Unless he wants... Oh, where's the yellow flags out for? It was for Vader. Vader's made a mistake again at the Degners. Yeah, we've seen that before.
Yeah, he's done that at least once. Well, it's happened at least once or twice in that very corner in the exact same fashion.
Now he's stuck behind Jack. Jack's not wanting to let him past. Jack thinks he's faster. Oh, he's done it again!
Oh, it's going bad to worse now! It's going from so many levels of bad to worse. He's not going to lose the time. Matty's actually into the pits. Matty's into the pits. This is going to be slick tyres.
I think it is, you know.
This is going to be slick tyres, and he's going to fix that damage.
Definitely fixing the damage. Lemony's in and Astro's in as well, so everyone's deciding to do the same thing here. He's putting in fuel. He's filling up to the end anyway. Has to be careful into turn 1 again. We're at full wets on the pit exit, and then it goes to kind of dry tyres into the dry line, and he makes it work just fine. Saitsa still out on the full wets. Lemony's come out on the softs here. Astro's got a 3-second penalty behind him coming out. Oh, be careful. He looked like he was going to slide for a second, but he saved it. Jensen is right in front of him now on the full wets. So we got full wets Jensen versus soft tyres for Lemony.
But Jensen's going to make this
Yes,
difficult.
of course.
Drive this as close to the line as you possibly can. Force him to make the move off the racing line. This is smart. This is about as smart as you can get from Jensen.
Careful. I think he's just delaying the inevitable, to be honest. Unless he can force Lemony into a spin, this isn't a battle that Jensen's going to win.
I think he's well aware of that. I think he's just trying to get what he can.
There we go. This is going to be it. He's going to try and push him, maybe. Oh.
Lemony has to back out. Lemony doesn't have a choice. He can't touch anything wet, because as soon as he touches anything wet, game over.
He should be able to just out-drag Jensen around these corners, though. He's lifting, though. He's having to lift.
Jensen is playing this perfectly.
He is, because Lemony is losing a massive amount of time here.
Any chance of that realistically getting onto the leading lap has just died here. I think
this is it now.
That'll be it. Surely. Jensen's going to squeeze him.
He's trying. It's not going to work.
I think he's run out. He's just going to run out of space now. Jensen's still there. Lemony's going to back out of this. Yeah.
Well, Jensen's surely coming into the pits this lap, right?
I don't know. I assume he would be, but he's played a blinder of a lap.
There we go. Jensen's in. So Lemony's got a full pit stop still on Jensen.
But crucially, he didn't get overtaken.
Yeah. For some reason, he's really cooling down his tyres.
Yeah,
he is ahead of Saitsa. Look at this. Saitsa's just coming out, and he's been overtaken by doing the overcut by Lemony. Lemony is in P2 now. It is an Aero GT 1-2. I wasn't expecting that.
No. I was fully expecting Jensen to be second, honestly.
Jensen?
By the end of this stint, I was expecting into this. I was expecting Jensen to be in.
Well, he's got 15 seconds to catch in 15 laps.
That's doable. We still have an R08 as well, so there's still a decision to make.
Everyone's gonna have to come in another time. So let's see, is everyone on the dry tires now? Mo is on damaged bumper and inters. Apart from that,
way to go. I've said yellow flag.
Oh,
the yellow flag.
Jack, what's happened? Oh, we've seen this incident before as well.
Oh yeah, there's the exact same thing. He somehow kept it going.
No, he didn't.
Full spin. They had the full spin.
So on the softs, Brum's on the softs. So we need Mo is finally coming in. He's going to fix his damage as well. This is going to let Megs overtake Mo and get into the top 8. So not a good stint for Teabags. Logan's just not happy with Jensen's driving there, I think, in the chat.
He could be unhappy with Jensen's driving there. Jensen...
It was fine.
He was playing hard and fast with a little bit of the road.
It was a bit, like Sergio Perez Abu Dhabi kind of situation.
Not letting him by in any way, shape or form. Lemony had the opportunity to go for it if he wanted to at any point.
Yeah. So Lemony just going in through turns 1 and 2. Matty just about half a sector ahead of Lemony at the moment. Probably 16, 17 seconds ahead of unlapping himself.
I don't know if he's going to get that. He's going to get potentially close if he can lap quicker than Matty. But
he's gained a lot though, because there were a lot more than a lap down at the start of the stint. So Lemony's really been the start of this stint in terms of pace. Saitzer in third, 10 seconds ahead of Jensen now. He's going to have to
Astro's
defend for his
gonna
life when he gets caught. Astro's done well.
Astro's giving it a good as well. Yeah, he's 4:28 now.
Yeah, I think he's gone from 9th to 5th, yeah.
He's got Wack not that far behind him.
Matty's put 2 minutes on second place. He has, but he has lost time to Lemony quite a lot of time.
I was about to say, not gained anything else on basically anybody else.
It's because everyone behind Saitzer was so far behind. Saitzer had a lap and a half on Jensen and a bit longer, more on Lemony at the start of the stint. And he was only 4 seconds behind Matty at the start of the stint as well, and he's now 2 minutes 35 behind.
I was about to say, I think this is more a reflection on Saitzer than it would be on Matty.
Yeah, Matty was. Matty had an easy job. Matty's had the easiest job of anyone today. Oh, Vader a bit wide there.
He's had damage a few times already.
He's had 2 bits of damage as well. Yeah, you're right.
He's done it, but he's done it by effectively default.
Sapper's dropped from 5th to 11th on this stint as well. Got official trying to make up time for AHR. He started 12th, he's still 12th. But he's really a long way ahead of Jack and Brum. Brum's still 10.5 minutes behind, so he's not actually losing time to Matty at this point.
Just needed that to be a little bit earlier on in the stint. When
the whole stint.
Yeah.
What's Lemony doing? He's trying to put a lap on Megs here. Difficult when there's a dry line to put a lap on someone because they don't want to drive onto the wet part. Megs has decided to do that though, so good spot.
Oh, Megs can. I'm about to say, yeah, Megs is going to. Lemony's going to flash the light to say thank you.
Jensen's had an issue because he's dropped to 13 seconds behind Saitzer. He was 10 before. Maybe getting past Jack and Sapper has delayed him a little bit.
I don't think it'll change too much in terms of where he's going to end on at the end of this stint, though. I think he's still going to find the time.
I'm wrong. He was 15 seconds behind, so he's still gaining.
He's gaining 1.5 seconds instead of losing 3.
Yeah.
It's a small swing.
Although he was 2.8 slower than Saitzer on that last lap, so maybe not. Vader's going to try and unlap himself here.
I don't think he's going to get anywhere near Saitzer by the time we hit Spoon Curve, though. I think Saitzer's got this one well and truly in the bag for now. We've seen Vader to be... Fireball! I was about to make the very point! I was about to... That's literally the sentence.
Oh, man.
Didn't even get to finish it. The sentence was going to be, we've seen Vader liable to make many mistakes right here, and then he goes and follows suit.
Boom.
You cannot drive the curb on
Stop
soft tires.
touching the curbs, basically.
It's going to end up badly. Now he's 18 seconds off the back of Wack.
Yeah. I mean, he's got more pace than Wack, but Wack is not making mistakes at all, as well, in the second half of the race, especially. And he's only 2.5 behind Astro as well. We said Astro's had a good stint. Wack's definitely had a good one as well. Yellow flag's out for somebody.
Flag.
Where is
Someone is still facing the wrong way.
It's Mo again. What's happened? Oh.
It's just
again touching the curbs.
Yeah,
that was coming a long way off. You could see. So Mo has lost. Yeah, he's lost spots to Megs and Airmen now. He's down in 10th.
Eclipse is up into 9th, so they'll take this stint as well. They've been slowly but surely making their way back up the grid. Mo, there's still too much curb.
Yeah. Jensen 11 off of sight. Yeah. Sights is now 21 off of Lemony. Lemony lapping pretty identically to Matty now and just set his own fastest lap of the race at 2 minute 2.2. Matty's in the 1.5s. So I think, well, I was going to say the closest gap is Wack to Astro, but he's dropped another second off him. It is still the closest battle though. So let's go back to that.
By quite some way as well.
Yeah.
Astro currently on his fastest lap of the race so far. We kind of split into a different set of races at this point than what we were at the end of Stint 2, the end of Stint 3. Because now we have a three-way fight for second, technically.
Everyone's setting their fastest laps of the race here, so it must be a drier stint now than it was the previous time it was dry. Let's have another quick check of the weather forecast. So we're going to end on an RO8, so that's what we're waiting for. It's going to end in chaos, essentially.
Yeah. It's going to end in it's going to end in heartbreak for somebody, isn't it?
So people really, if I'm looking at that, I'm thinking I probably need to go from my dry tires to full wets to finish the race.
That really does depend when that hits.
Yeah.
If I'm honest with you, that really does depend on when that hits. Because if that hits and you're five laps from the end, maybe, then you're kind of playing you're kind of playing a guessing game.
You can check the radar on that screen, can you? Do you mean this? Current time. So this is what's already happened, minus 30 minutes.
The current radar's incoming. What's going on here? Absolute.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. Look at that. That's current time.
We're already in it. Oh, and it's going to be dark.
Oh, well, look at this. Someone's coming to the pits. It's Matty.
Matty. Oh. Well, the rain in the pit lane suggests it's intermediates already, but I don't think it'll be that quick. I mean, if the pit lane just hasn't dried up, maybe. It's gonna go full blue with spots of yellow by the looks of what we just saw.
Well, it's raining
it's
again. Full wets for
wets.
Matty. Lemony's coming in. Surely everyone's going to follow. Everyone's coming at the exact same time. But some people have been caught out at the wrong side part of the track. The yellow flags are out for somebody. Can't quite see who.
We quite frankly, for the
Brum's
race purposes, needed Matty not to be the one that encountered
I know,
that.
he looked out there. Jensen's probably the last one to come in to change. Astro's got onto the inters.
Wets for whack.
Full wets for Lemony. We're still waiting for some of these guys.
Jensen's only 2.5 seconds off the back of catching him, by the way.
So this is the next big question. Who's made the right decision here? Because at the moment, it's definitely inters territory, but is it going to turn into wet weather? Meg's out on the inters, but he's got a 3-second penalty. Mo right behind him on the full wets. Meg must have had an incident. He must have been the one that I saw the yellow flags out for, because he's only 1 second ahead of Mo now.
Yeah.
But Evan's only 2 seconds ahead of him, so I'm not sure what's going on there. I thought there were bigger gaps than that.
No idea, but Emin will be taking 8th place.
Yeah, Emin's actually overtaken Meg. That's what's happened.
If you're Eclipse and you're seeing yourself within what 13, 14 for a couple, even on the last stint with Honda at the start, and now you're in 9th, or you're in 8th. Sorry, you would take that every day of the week.
Absolutely. So interestingly, Matty on the full wets now has 2 minutes and 55 on Lemony. Is that right? Probably not, because that hasn't taken into account Lemony's pit stop, I don't think. Seitz is out on the inters, Jensen's out on the full wets, and there's 1.4 seconds between them. Oh, Jensen's got a bit deeper.
Now that it isn't going to go dry at all for the rest of the night. So
yes, this is what they're finishing on.
So this is going to be problematic if you're not on a wet tire here, I don't think. I'd not say if it was 5 laps left when it hit, you'd be asking the question. 10 laps left when it hits is probably far too much. To realistically test this.
Advantage Inters at the moment for sure.
Yeah. It's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. I think that weather gauge is going up fairly quickly.
It's the gap between these two, 7/10 coming out of the chicane.
I think catch is sorry. It's going to be a fairly sitting duck here. Jensen's quicker on the wets than Seitzer is on an intermediate based situation at the moment.
It did take Jensen a lot longer to catch her than we were predicting, though.
Jensen's decision making hasn't been particularly spot on in this race, if we're completely honest.
No, he's made way too many pit stops. And he's gone onto the wrong tyre at the wrong time as well. This might be the right choice, though, finally at the end of the race. He's gone for it.
Made it look easy.
Yeah, quite easy. Vader's going to probably try and follow him through there.
This is going to be interesting. See if he tries. He's going to switch.
Well, they all go deep.
He's going to switch underneath. Can he get it? On the exit. I think he might have Seitzer here. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Not when the you have
to.
to
Back out.
When it's wet, you have to right there.
Probably a little bit more scared of what was happened to him prior as well at this point.
Oh,
I would like to point out that Seitzer is not on the track.
Yeah, that's one way to do it.
Yeah,
so
Seitzer is not on the track there.
Yeah, he needs to try and just stay as close as possible to Jensen here and minimise the time loss for these last 8 or so laps that they've got. Matty's obviously on lap 43 now, so there's actually only 7 laps left of this. 2:43 ahead of Lemony, both these on the wets. The highest inter runner is Seitzer. Astro's on the inters as well. Wax on the wet, so he's going to try and chase him down. So let's see what this gap looks like through the first sector. 4.5 seconds going through turn 1.
It's more, I was about to say, we entered into turn 1 at 4.6, it's now 4.2.
Yeah, and Wax not really taking these corners very well, and he's still gaining time.
It's one of the lines of all time.
He is existing on the track.
Yeah, he's trying. Bless him. He is still gaining 6/10 of a second somehow. And he's not got any control of the car, and he's still gained another 3/10 of a second. Yeah. I don't know what. Yeah, I think we might be in wet territory.
Yeah, we're definitely in wet territory. Astro's going to be struggling here. Seitzer's going to be super struggling above as well. Let's have a quick look. Who else is on the inters here? Meg. Oh, he's about to overtake Mo here. Where's this come from?
I was about to say, Mo is just all over the place on the exit there.
Mo's on the wets as well, struggling. Again. Yeah.
The Finnish driver looking to overtake Mo. To overtake TVG. Mo has slammed that door shut. He's not doing it with any convincing nature here, is he?
No.
Well, that looked brilliant. That looked brilliant on the outside. This looks incredible in terms of a run from the Finnish driver. Look at that!
Is he going to get it slowed down? Mo's going to try and come back. He has to back out of it. The door's still open a little bit. Meg's going to keep it, but remember, Meg's on the inters. Mo is on the wet, so Mo should be able to come back at him. Just want to see who else is on the... Everyone else is on the wet, so... Seitzer on the inters, Astro on the inters, only 1.3 ahead of Wack now, so this might be the next little overtake that we see.
Yeah, that run was absolutely incredible.
That was a great overtake. On the tyre that we said was the wrong tyre as well.
Yeah, that was absolutely ridiculous.
So Wack trying to end this stint in the top 5. Recover all the damage Capel did in the previous stint.
Pretty much, yeah. That's a. That was the big casual. That was the big kind of blemish for Queen's Head so far today. Not been good. It wasn't good from Capel in the slightest. Wacker's recovered it very well. Wacker's recovered it very well.
And he's got so much more grip through the first sector than Astro.
Look at this, to the inside.
Yeah.
Keep it going! Keep it going! He's got it!
Easy.
He's got it! I don't know if I class it as easy. He's barely keeping the car in a straight line.
He should be able to drive away now. Whoa!
Oh.
I mean, yeah, there is a track.
I'm not saying there is a track. That is not it.
So, Wack has 1 minute 58 to catch Seitzer, who is on the Inters. Definitely the wrong tyre to be on.
But I don't think it'll be.
It won't be. No, it won't be close.
Minute 58.
I'm just keen to see how much he can close that gap between now and the end, if he can at all. To be fair, got Seitzer lapping in the 1 minute 18s, Wax lapping in the 1 minute 18s, Jensen's in the 13s, Lemony's in the 16s, Matty's in the 15s. So Jensen is still the quickest guy on the track right now.
I quite them way as well.
Ehrman's just unlapped himself on Astro, who's struggling even more on the Inters here. I think he's given Ehrman a bit of a bump. So the Lambo's doing pretty well now, back in the top 8.
Yeah, Eclipse have nailed these last two stints.
Definitely. They were looking really rough at the start of Stint 3.
By Honda and buoyed them just a little bit. And gave them a little bit of a second win, maybe.
How's Mo doing? Mo's in 9th. He's 3.6 ahead. He's on the wet, which is the right tyre to be at this time. So he's managed to overtake Megs to get back into the single digits. Not too many laps left to go. Sapper's down in 11th. He is catching up to Megs a little bit here. Official hasn't been able to catch up to Sapper fully, but he's only 11 seconds behind. We've got Jack, who's almost the 10.5 behind, so that looks like it'll be the max time waiting for Jack, and obviously for Brum as well, who's down 12 minutes behind. Who do we want to see? We've got 5 laps left with Matty. I think we should stick with Airmen, because he's making his way through this field pretty nicely. Wack nearly going off track there. Oh, Brum was trying to get out of the way and Ehrman followed him.
It's a very long way away from Vader though. We're kind of split into a few different races at this point.
He's actually getting caught a bit by Mo as well.
It would take something barely. Oh,
Brum.
Yeah, that is a very yellow flag there.
Have you noticed that I can still do replays 1 hour 40 into this race?
Yeah, I'm wondering why mine won't let me. It's just a traction issue.
Yeah. You have to lift a little bit when it's fully wet. And he's on the fully wet tyres, so he's got damage as well, so that's unfortunate. He dropped another 30 seconds there as a result of that. Matty's already on the following lap. This is full wets, so I think they might struggle. I mean, Seitz is doing pretty well compared to Wack. Wack was only 2 seconds quicker on that lap, so it's not really worth pitting when there's only a few laps left to go.
No. He's going to lose a lot of time to Jensen.
As long as he doesn't spin.
He's kind of having to accept that at this point. He's kind of dug the hole. He's just got to survive in it now.
Oh, like that.
That's yeah. That is say, Seitz is going to have a bit of a problem doing that, I think.
So he's done a 2 minute 20. Wack's previous lap was 2 minute 18. So yeah, Wack needs to be a fair bit quicker than that, I reckon. Jensen's now 19 seconds behind. He's trying to put a lap on Astro here, which he does pretty successfully. Astro's really struggling on those inters as well. He might actually get caught by Vader. Nope, never mind. Mo unlaps himself from Vader. Vader's on the wet, so this really should be benefiting him, but he's struggling like he has all race to just keep this car on the track. Nearly, oh god, every corner it looks like he's nearly spinning. But he still, like, I still think he should catch Astro before the end.
Yeah, yeah, you'd like to think so, wouldn't you? Intermediates and kind of pushing for Astro at the moment is not going to end well. Everyone at the back is just starting to be tailed off even further at this point as well.
Yeah, but Jack's back to 10 minutes 19 down, so he's not actually at the full time. I don't know how. Maybe Matty's made a mistake somewhere. Maybe Jack's got some pace from somewhere. I'm not too sure.
Matty's not really losing anything to Lemony, but he's also not really gaining anything to Lemony either at the moment.
I need to start making notes, actually.
Dead to right. They're kind of just staying dead the same at the moment in terms of the lap times.
So Lemony, 2 minutes 47. We've got 3 minutes and 5. We've got 3 minutes 29. 5 minutes 17.
Astro only 3 seconds ahead of Vader now. That's not good news for him.
Airman was 7:34. Got 7 minutes 49. So that should be everyone.
So you could still see a couple of overtakes coming towards the end of this if there's a mistake or if there's a mistake or two.
Yeah.
Astro is going to be under fire. That's a certain. 1.7. That's a 0.3 of a second gain for Vader in the last corner or so.
So that corner nearly catching out everyone.
Yep.
Oh, come on. Keep it on the track.
He is just about keeping it together.
Well, he's less than a second behind Astro now.
He is really pulling in on that Honda. It's not really. He's in trouble. Astro is in trouble here.
I did call it. I said people needed to pit from softs to wets when the rain came because it's RO8. And the people that did that are definitely being rewarded for it now.
It was all about when it came down. That coming down on like lap 40 would just... You couldn't risk it at that point.
Yeah.
That was far too long left to play games. Still at 20% race distance, you kind of just play the safe option.
Ooh.
This is just how many times can you switch back? He just about kept that going.
He was going to try and go the long way around, showing the absolutely no space.
Astro has got no control over his
got
car
no
at all
grip
right now. Yeah, but that's Vader pass. Vader making nice work of that one.
Yeah, that was good. Vader back up in the 6th, where he started Astro!
Oh! Is he gonna keep
Saves it.
He's kept it.
But now Mo is going to unlap himself as well. And look, Astro was ahead of Wack. He's now 15 seconds behind Wack.
Yeah.
Just since this last rain shower started. Wack is now 146, so he's gained 10 seconds on Seitzer. And that's going to keep coming down. We've got, well, Matty's on the penultimate lap, so we've only got 2 laps left of everyone to kind of survive this.
And Matty is just starting to gain a little bit now as well.
Yeah, he's got a lead of 2:49 from Lemony, and he's got a lead of 3 minutes and 5 from the first non-Aero GT car, Jensen. So this would need a massive, massive mistake from the purple team to stop them from winning at this point. I know there's 2 more stints left, but
it would take something catastrophic.
oh yeah.
Realistically, it would take a rain stint in one of the last 2 where they're caught out. It is at the least. Just to
nearly a spin there. To be fair, Seitz has managed to avoid any like spins or anything like that. Even though he's on the wrong tyres here, hasn't had the pace of all the people at the very top end of this one. He's done pretty decent considering his pace.
Yeah, he has. But he has also lost the better part of 2, nearly 3 minutes, so...
Yes, he has.
There's only so much credit you can give him. He's made very little in terms of mistakes, he just has not had the pace in any way.
Right, Matty rounding to start the final lap now. He's the only person on the lead lap. There were 2 at the start of the stint, but Seitz has dropped down to 4th. Lemony's only 1 lap down, has actually closed the gap on Matty massively, improved from 4th to 2nd. Jensen stayed 3rd with some suboptimal tyre decisions. Wack up into 5th now for Queen's Head. Vader stayed 6th for lost tracking. Astro had improved to 5th from 9th, has dropped back down to 7th because he decided to put on the inters at the end, which was the wrong choice. He's just trying to survive now. Airmen has improved for Eclipse into the top 8 for the first time today. Matty getting damage on 2 occasions, but his pace has been so good. He's a wet weather specialist, so it didn't really matter too much. He's also picked the right tyres at the right time, which has helped him and his strategy, because a few others haven't been able to do that.
Yep, pretty much. It's been as clear cut as it gets from Matty in this 50 lap stint. He's just simply cut above the rest, and it's given Aero GT a massive, massive advantage. Leisurely Stroll potentially in the last couple of stints to a second race win in the 12 hours.
Yeah, they have to bring it home. Astra will be racing, I'm pretty sure. Not sure if it's next stint or both the last stints. This was Matty's only stint, that's what I know, because he's practiced specifically for the wet. Alright, here we go. Started the stint with just about a 3-second lead, and he's ending it with a lead of about 2 minutes and 51 seconds. As long as he doesn't spin over the last corner, he crosses the line to take P1. P2 is going to be Lemony. He's a lap down, but he's going to be the next person to actually cross the finish line.
going to try and see if he can get himself a little bit closer. Every second counts at this point. If anything, he's actually just dropped a little bit further.
Yeah.
The light's going off like it's a drone show in the middle of New Year's.
Yeah, it's got dark now. There we go, 2 minutes 51 down for him. Third place is going to be Jensen. He's only 13 seconds back. Been matching Matty lap for lap these last few laps. Going to take P3. Next is going to be whacked across the line. 5 minutes 26 back. It's going to be Airman, who is 7 minutes and 44 seconds back. Then it is going to be
Next one.
Vader, 5 minutes and 38.
Vader had a very mixed bag in that stint.
Mo Gaffer, 8 minutes and 1 second. Then it is Astro, 5:52. He's dropped back a lot in those last ones. Then we got Megs, 8:13. We've got Saitsa, 3:53 in the end. Sapper, 8:28. Brum, 13 minutes, and Official is going to be the last one to cross the line. Where is he? 8 minutes and 50. Okay. So when does the next stint have to begin? 1:15. Okay, so we've got 20 minutes.
Sounds good.
All right, so third, fourth, and fifth, 1 lap down. The next 3 down to 7th, 2 laps down. Airmen down to Official at 3 laps down, and Jack and Brum 4 laps and 5 laps down, respectively. That is the end of that one. I'm going to end the stream there and figure out the pit times, and then Pyro's going to take you through the